New to Dokkan? Want to know what banners to summon on and where to spend your stones? Well, don't worry, I got you covered. How's it, everybody? Celtic Link here. We're back for another Dokkan battle video. In today's video, we are hopping back into our beginner's guide and talking about how to acquire new units through summoning and how to manage your stones and what banners you should prioritize as a new global player. In previous videos, we've talked about understanding the typings of the unit basics. We talked about the kits. We've talked about hidden potential systems and the link skill systems and how all of those things work together to make a unit work. Or not sometimes. We then talked about how to take all of that information, look at it in the context of a unit, and look at it in the context of that unit with another unit, and putting together a team of units that synergize well together. Now we're going to talk about summoning for new units, and how to acquire new units through free-to-play methods in the follow-up video. Once that's done, we'll talk about how to awaken those units, and item and resource management, because just because you have the unit doesn't mean you should blow all of your resources right away getting them all. Take your time and manage your resources appropriately. We're going to show you how to do that. And when all is said and done, we're going to take everything we learned, put it together, and build ourselves a team and take on a challenge run. I will be posting a community post at the end of this series of videos soliciting a team that you guys think I should run for the challenge. So without further ado, let's go ahead, let's hop in, let's talk about where to prioritize your stone. So if you were to hop in the game right now as a global Dokkan player, you would see several different banners. You would see this Int Dokkan Festival Yamcha banner. You would see this Easy A Legendary Summon banner for the Int LR Bojack. You'd probably see this ticket banner and then a friend point banner here. Now, you're probably wondering which one you should be summoning on. Well, for starters, there are a couple considerations you need to make before deciding when and where to summon. First off, know that as a new global Dokkan player, there is only a finite amount of stones you can gain as a new player. If all events were available currently and you could clear them like they weren't difficult, you could clear every single one and get every single dragon stone, you're talking upwards of 6,000 to 7,000 stones. However, obviously that's not possible, right? Unless you've got some kind of farmed account or something. However, most players are going to be gaining roughly 200 to 300 stones per month. So you need to spend those wisely, right? So if that is the case, you're going to want to prioritize certain types of banners, and those types of banners are as follows. Number one, any banner that gives you some kind of discounted step with a guaranteed unit at the end. For example, the last one we had like this was the Dokkan Festival Bardock, this banner here. At the end of the step-up banners, right? So this banner offered you discounted steps. You could summon 3 times on this banner. You could get 25 stones, 35 stones, and 45 stones, totaling in 110 stones for 3 summons, and your final summon guarantees you 1 featured SSR. Those are the types of banners you as a global player would want to summon on. Now, the specific timing of this Bardock banner made him a bad choice for that, but other times whenever you see that, it is usually going to be a value for you. Anytime in this kind of gacha type game, when there is a guaranteed option, you should be taking advantage of it. Otherwise, other types of banners you want to be on the lookout for, usually they occur during like anniversaries or something, or big celebrations, right? Let's see if I have a copy here, if I have one. Yes, here we go. So the New Year's banner, for example, from this past year for the LR Ultimate Gohan, for a certain amount of time, you could get 3 multis and get 1 free. This is another type of banner you should be on the lookout for, right? For 350 hours, if you do 150 stones, you get 1 multi for free. Very, very helpful. Very useful, right? Helping to save those stones in the long run. So 2 types of banners to be on the lookout for. Anything with a discounted step and a guaranteed step at the end, or anything with these buy 3, get 1 free. There is one other type of banner, and it usually goes along with these, but it usually only during anniversaries and certain celebrations like worldwide. Well, actually, no, not worldwide because that's shared, but anniversary and thank you celebration usually offer this, or the LR, like for us it was the Christmas LR, usually offer it, but you'll have perform 3 multis and get 1 free, along with giving 3 tickets for every multi, and those tickets can then be used once you amass 10 of them to do a ticket summon and possibly get a character without spending stones. So those are the 3 types of banners you should be on the lookout for. Notice that they are all Dokkan Festival banners. They are not legendary summon banners, right? Legendary summon banners are banners like this Frieza here. These banners typically tend not to be worth your stones, unfortunately, because while they do now feature 3 LR potential characters, the rest of the pool tend to not be that good. Other types of legendary banners that could be worth your stones are things like Rising Dragon Carnivals. These are double rates banners, which offer you a increased chance at pulling an LR character or a featured character. So the most recent one we had on Global was this STR Goku here. The previous one before that, I think we can pull it up here. Before the step-ups, no, maybe one more. Here it is, the Divine Dragon Carnival. Same thing as this, where it offers a double raise chance to pull the yellow coin LR Sama. So these are all the kind of banners you should be on the lookout for. However, they don't always occur at the best times, and so it's important to know when they're coming and when you should spend those stones, because just because a banner is available with those things doesn't mean it's the best time for you to use those stones. So one of the best things we have on Global is the gift of foresight, and I always like to use the time limit of events here from the Dragon Ball Dokkan Battle Wiki to reference whenever I need to know when units are coming. See, on the global version of Dokkan Battle, we are about 4 to 6 months ahead of the JP version. The JP version was started in February, ours started in July, so for the most part, that gap remains the same. There are a few times where we approach 2 to 3 month difference, but because of the placement of the anniversaries, we're always going to have that gap, right? So JP just currently celebrated its 8th anniversary, whereas on Global, we have not quite gotten there. Ours will be here in July of 2023. But knowing when that is going to happen, knowing that there are other guaranteed celebrations like, where is it? September, right? In September, we get the worldwide download celebration that will always be during that time. And now we have this New Year's festival here with the LR Gohan, which now seems like it's going to be a consistent thing as well, along with a Golden Week banner in May. So we have set banners that we know we can plan around and figure out when we can summon on those banners. So first and foremost, let's start with the... We'll do this in timeline order. I think that's the best way to approach it. So first and foremost, starting with the beginning timeline. Every year on Global pretty much starts the same, and that is with a New Year's Step Up Dokkan Festival in conjunction with whatever the New Year's characters are. So first and foremost, as a global player, especially if you are a newer player, you should be prioritizing summoning on this banner. At a minimum, you'll need 200 stones to perform one round on this Step Up banner, but if you can, I would prioritize getting 600 and doing 3 rounds on this banner, especially if you are a newer player who starts the game during an anniversary. Basically, the way this banner works is it is a step-up banner, meaning it is discounted up to a certain amount of steps, totaling in 200 stones. You can see here the step 1 is 20 stones, step 2 is 30, step 3 is 50, 4 is 50, step 5 is 50, and each one guarantees you a certain character from this roster here. So you'll see that the first one guarantees you let's see if it'll come back here, a super extreme class leader from the Easy A generation. So it's pretty much any of these guys down here up to the, I think it's up to the metal cooler here. Then the next one has a guaranteed LR, and while it doesn't show which ones are the guaranteed LRs here, it's pretty much anyone up to the 1st and 3rd generation of LRs. Following that, the next step is a 2021 or 2020 to 2021 Dokkan Festival exclusive guaranteed. So that was pretty much for this past year from the Namek Goku all the way up to I believe the Broly, right? Yeah, right here. So from there to there. After that, the next step was a 200% leader step, which was pretty much from Raditz on Global all the way to PyCon. From there, the last step guarantees you another yellow coin LR, this time from a newer batch of characters. So, as I said earlier, anytime something is guaranteed, it is almost a must summon unless you don't need anything from the banner in your box. But if you're a newer player, again, I would recommend saving at least 200 stones for the banner. And the newer you are, the more I would suggest you a lot to this. For example, if you're someone who started last year, during last year's 7th anniversary, which was in July here, and let's say you managed to summon for the 7-year LR Gods and the LR Super Saiyan 4s and pick them up, throughout the year you would have still needed to build a team, and this would have been the best way to pick up those characters, aside from some of the other banners from here and there, right? If you had spent all 600 stones, you would have amassed quite a set of characters here that would help you fill out some teams for those 2 characters or other characters you've picked up along the way. So again, this is first and foremost the #1 priority for all global players, is making sure at the end of the year you have at least 200 stones to do for this. Now, it looks like moving forward, our New Year celebrations are going to be shared. We started the trend with Golden Week a couple of years ago, and that trend seems to have continued. So I think it's safe to assume we should be seeing this happen with the New Year's banner. Now on Global, if the New Year's units continue to be LRs, I would highly recommend spending some stones here as well, because it will be one of those buy 3 get 1 free type deals, and it provides Dokkan Festival LRs. Dokkan Festival LRs don't come around all too often, and when they do, they're usually pretty good. Some of them have started to age, but they all still have their uses, and even the ones that are starting to age, like the Cell here on the Gohan's banner, or the Gohan here on the Piccolo's banner, those guys are some of the oldest Dokkan Fest LRs, and they have already received an Easy A, and they're quite good. So there's almost no reason as a global player not to summon on a banner like this, especially when there are these type of buy 3 get 1 free deals. After that, though, things start to kind of dry up for Global until their anniversary in July. The next most important place as a global player you should be summoning is on an anniversary banner, right? So for this coming year, it's going to be, let's see if we can find it here. That was last year's Carnival banners. We have it up here somewhere. Here it is. Okay, so we have this banner here, along with the Super Saiyan 4 Goku or the Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta and GT Goku. These 2 banners are the anniversary banners for this year, and you'll notice again for 400 hours it's buy 3 get 1 free. That is always a good steal in a banner like this, where it has some of the most powerful Dokkan Fest LRs. Some of them are easy A, and some of them are still top 10. These are the banners you should be prioritizing. So again, as a global player, you should be summoning anniversary banners, New Year's step-ups, New Year's banners if you have the stones for it. Because these banners are going to get you the most value as a free-to-play player. This banner will also, on Global, give you those tickets I was talking about as well. And more than likely, the first 3 steps are discounted as well. No guarantees, but it's still a slight discount. I think last year it was the same. The 25, 35, 45, netting you 110 stone discount, which is pretty good. They kind of throw everything when it's the anniversary, and it ends up usually being worth it. These are the banners you should be prioritizing. There is usually a part 2 which brings about a carnival banner. I would recommend, as a newer player, saving some stones for these, simply because carnival banners seem to have a set time that they return, which is now seems to be anniversary and worldwide download celebration, and the carnival units only seem to return during these times. So what I mean by carnival units are characters like this Super Saiyan Goku Tech and this new AGL Goku who's not on global yet, or on the other banner, this Metal Cooler and this Int Gohan. Also, the characters of Yellow Coin LRs that are available are actually pretty good, so there's also that consideration too. So these are definitely some of the biggest banners you as a global player should be saving for. You don't really want to be spending on much else. Otherwise, you'll run out of stones rather quickly, because it's just not feasible to summon on every banner. But like I've put in previous videos, right, if you were to save from February all the way up to July, not including any events you hadn't completed yet, you are looking at about 1,500 stones as a global player. So that's 1,500 stones for these big banners here. So definitely make sure you are looking at putting your stones in those areas. So again, just to kind of put everything all back into perspective here, as a global player, the things you should be looking for are any banners that provide you 3+1 discounts, like the anniversary banners. Any banners that provide you discounted steps, like the anniversary banners, or like this, if we go back to our main page, this Dokkan Festival Yamcha banner. Other places to think about are any banners that give you tickets, or any banners that give you double rates, like this Carnival Goku banner here, this Rising Dragon Carnival. These are places you want to spend your summons. There are specific times of year where you want to spend your summons, mostly the New Year's Step Up that I mentioned, mostly the New Year's LRs, and the Anniversary LRs, and the Worldwide Download Celebration LRs. But those ones were kind of up in the air because we don't know what the next ones are going to be at the time of me recording this video, but they're usually pretty good for the time of their release, right? If we look past at like this one here, the previous units was this Cooler and AGL Super Saiyan Goku and Vegeta, who were extremely good for their time of release. Cooler himself still remaining in the top 10, so though that is another set of banners. But most global players, if you spent everything on the anniversary banners, most of us on global probably don't have much to be spent on worldwide, so that's why I don't really want to push that one here, but it is worth it if you can. So anyways, guys, that is the video. That is the most important places to acquire new units, how to acquire them, and where to kind of prioritize where to spend those stones, what type of banners you should be on the lookout for, and what time of year you should be looking at spending those stones. Hopefully you found this guide helpful. If you did, let me know in the comments down below. But if you liked this video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And in the comments down below, let me know What did you guys think? Did you guys learn anything new if you're a veteran player? If you're a brand new player, like I asked earlier, did you find this guide helpful? Was there anything that maybe I missed that you would like to be included in a future video? Otherwise, guys, as always, thanks for watching, and aloha.